And joining us now is Mary Evslin, who is a lifelong, we could say, volunteer with the American Red Cross. Mary, appreciate you joining us.
Thanks very much, Lauren. I appreciate being here.
40 plus years you have been helping the Red Cross. So how did it start?
It started with my now 41-year-old daughter's swimming lessons. So I don't really know exactly I can't remember how old she was when we went to baby swimming classes, but I've been sort of tied to the Red Cross since then, grateful for that. And then a friend was on the board. In those days, each little town had a Red Cross board. So Montpelier had a Red Cross board, and he didn't want to serve the rest of his term, so he convinced me to take his term. And since then, I've served on, we move a lot, or we did move a lot for my husband's career. And every time we moved, I would have to get the kids in school, get the house all set up, then go look for a job. Meanwhile, I didn't know anybody, and I would always run to the local Red Cross every time we moved, because it's like belonging to a church group, when to genuflect and to stand up and to say amen at the end. The rules are all the same with all the jobs. So I could just go sit down, plop down in a job in New Jersey and Seattle and wherever we were. So it was a lifesaver for me personally. And I've served on boards all over the place. And
what were some of the things that you did? There are so many ways you can help out with the Red Cross.
Yeah, that's, to me, one of the most exciting things about the Red Cross. You can do anything from being a forklift driver to the head of logistics, to an attorney, to a counselor, to a social worker, to making a pot of spaghetti for 300 people, to being an auditor. They have to put together basically a whole community or town when there's a bad disaster. So I could do that anywhere in the country. And I did it for a lot of small house fires and normal things, but I also did it for Superstorm Sandy, for the huge Hurricane Katrina, was it? I think down in Louisiana, for Irene, for 9/11, which was the really scariest. And you, as a volunteer, you're trained for what's called dark weather, but you're being trained during what they call blue sky weather, meaning nothing's going on. And that's when we all receive our training, so that we can be there right away. When somebody goes down the list on the database and says, I need 5 teachers and I need 2 counselors and I need 3 people who push wheelbarrows and 12 cooks, we all show up. And if need be, we get flown to another part of the country if we're willing to do that.
You mentioned the camaraderie. What is the most rewarding part of your volunteering with the Red Cross?
It kind of depends on what job. Not a lot of those jobs that I just mentioned aren't aren't client-facing jobs. So you don't get the direct satisfaction that you do. You get huge satisfaction if you're running a shelter, because the people come in and say, thank you. You saved my kids and my life. We would have been out in the rain, amazing stories of resilience and things that happened to them. So in those jobs, it's really eyeball to eyeball with the client that you're working on. But on the other jobs, at least for me, I'm kind of a type A personality. And when something horrible happens, I need to do something. I can't just sit there and watch it on television. And it gives me the out to actually call up and say, okay, use me any way you want to. And at least I feel then that I have a tiny role in making the situation a little bit better.
How has the pandemic not so much changed the way you're volunteering, because we all know it has, but maybe changed your outlook on helping people and their resolve as well?
During the pandemic, I switched from disaster response oriented type things and PR and fundraising type things to helping the blood services, which is called biomed services. And I had never done a job like the one they gave me. I managed, I can't even remember what it was. It was like 5 states and about 10 volunteers in each state. And every week I gave them a list of maybe 100 people to call. or 50 people to call. And who we were calling were Red Cross volunteers who had just come off a shift at a blood drive. And it was called volunteer retention, looking for volunteers is one thing, but keeping them is a equally important thing. And those who were willing to go out during the pandemic, at least even in the early days when we didn't understand it very well, and risk their health to some extent, to be there to draw blood, or to help draw blood, or to give you the Twinkies and the Oreos afterwards so you don't faint, or cleaning the tables up, or keeping track of the people coming in, making appointments. After every shift, we had somebody personally email and call them, thanking them for what they had done, and asking them if there was something that they didn't feel comfortable with, or that should be done better health-wise or emotional-wise. And we got a lot of good feedback, and we also hopefully helped get them to continue serving during the pandemic. So that's a job I had never done before.
So you're one of 1,800 volunteers really in the northern New England region. What is your pitch to get and recruit new volunteers? As you said, is it tougher now than ever before?
No, I don't think so. I was just up at the UVM hospital, and they I can't remember the exact figure, but they've got something like 20% more people applying to be doctors. People want to help nowadays, and people want to give back, and people are becoming more and more grateful for the things that we have that are stable and dependable and really serve people directly. We're not just a thing. There's nothing wrong with a think tank, but I mean, we're really doing stuff. And saving people's lives and making their lives bearable for the period of time before they can really put it back together again. So when I talk to people, that's my pitch, which is, hey, do you want to make a difference? And sometimes it's, you're a really good counselor in a high school. We could really use your skills. They are very humble, hardworking, unpompous, good people. and it's nice to hang around with a bunch of good people who want to make a difference and who in truth are.
Well said. Mary, appreciate your work, and thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for your time, Laura. Thanks so much.